very exciting. At the end of the day, pretty happy to get it done and just kind of focus on playing footy now. But absolutely wrapped with the result that we got, and so stoked that the club put the faith in me, and hopefully can repay him over the next 4 years.
Are you close to going anywhere else?
Nah, not at all.
There was obviously a bit of talk on 360 last night about this 10-year deal that you might have been offered as well. Was there any ever temptation to go to the Swans and go, look, I'd like a deal that length, or were you always like, I kind of want to make sure I'm testing myself over that time as well?
No, it's definitely something like I tossed up, and was an option I could have explored a bit more if I wanted to. But I'm only 21, and the thought of a 10-year deal, it's, as I mentioned last night on 360, it's almost half my life. So to lock myself away for that period of time was just probably something that I didn't really want to do in the end. And I spoke about all the options to my manager and went through every plausible thing I could do. And I think that's the smart thing to do when making a decision of this magnitude. And at the end of the day, I think 4 years was just the right amount for me. And keeps me on edge enough to want to keep playing good footy and get myself better every day. But also locks me away for 4 years and gives me a bit of security.
Errol, the deal, the 10-year deal, was it Melbourne or was it Adelaide? Where was that proposed?
I don't think it's really appropriate for me to say. I think obviously my manager has discussions with other clubs and just to kind of assess market value and stuff like that. But it comes back to, at the end of the day, I never want to leave here, and this is where I see myself playing footy. Obviously now and into the future, and that was kind of the most important thing in the end.
Why didn't you want to go anywhere else or think about anywhere else?
A number of things. I think it's, I've been at this club, involved with this club since I was quite a young boy, and to come through and the faith they've showed in me, to this point so far, and then also just the list we've got and how exciting I believe our future will be. I think we're still, one of the youngest lists in the comp, and week in, week out, one of the younger teams that gets fielded each week. But I'm so excited of the direction that we're heading in, and the foundations we've built over kind of the past 3 or 4 years. And I'm really excited as what we can do, this group, what we can do in the next kind of 4 to 5 years. And I want to be a part of that, and couldn't see myself playing anywhere else.
Do you find any part of it stressful at all?
Yeah, definitely. It's always a bit stressful. I think if there was any player who said it's a stress-free process, they'd be kidding themselves. Thinking about your future that far ahead, it is quite daunting at times, and there's obviously a lot of people with their opinions that can kind of throw things out there. And another thing, it's played out in public, which is kind of a little bit daunting when it's kind of your future that people are talking about. So it was a bit stressful, and I was pretty happy to get it done in the end.
Errol, your mum's obviously from Bendigo. You grew up as a kid as a bit of a Carlton Blues supporter. Do you think you would ever in the future consider maybe moving to Victoria and having that Melbourne footy experience?
I'm not too sure. I would like to say no. I think obviously a lot of things can happen in the future, but at the moment I love where I am. I love playing footy in Sydney. I think we're extremely lucky to be out of that Melbourne bubble, and we have a massive advantage up here in terms of that regard. And I'm kind of not one who likes to throw themselves too deep into kind of that footy bubble and kind of all the outside noise. So I'm very grateful for the position I'm at this club, and that's all I'm focused on.
Obviously 4 years is a long time. Do you have specific goals of what you want to now achieve over the next couple of years in the Swans?
I just want to win as many premierships as I can. If we can win 4 or 5 premierships in that period of time, I'll be pretty happy.
And the fact that so many of you guys have signed on long term, I think there's a group of about 5 or 6 of you are 2028 and beyond now. It says a lot about the belief in this group that you all want to stick together and try and do it. Yeah, 100%. And I think another thing is we're all really close, and we all have so much faith in one another, and a lot of belief in what we can build and what we can achieve. And despite our young age, we've all played a lot of footy now together as well, which is generally a good indicator for successful teams is players that have played a lot of footy together. So if we can keep this core group together and keep pushing each other to improve every day, I think the sky's the limit for us.
That being said, there's still a few guys coming out of contract. There's always a concern about there being enough to go around. Have the players had discussions about making sure you all do stay together?
Whether it's indirectly or not, I think we've had little chats here and there. But no, we all understand that at the end of the day as well, football is, you do have to look after yourself to some degree as well. And I think we'll all be looked after fairly if, when that decision comes, and everybody's in kind of different circumstances, and I understand that, and there's different pools for different players. But at the end of the day, I think all of us really want to have team success. That's why we play footy, and for me that was the key driver in my decision is when I'm finished my career, I want to look back and say I was able to play in premierships, and to do that, sometimes you might have to sacrifice a little bit of money. But I think looking back in the future, if we're able to have a really successful career in terms of team success, I don't think there'll be any regrets from anyone.
What's it like, I guess, dealing with all the noise? The club offered you a 10-year deal, and you're only 21. How do you deal with, I guess, all the eyes on you?
Yeah, it is a little bit daunting, as I mentioned, and I think from people it can kind of be lost on them as well that I am just 21, and I don't want to kind of get this to the world's smallest violin now. I know that a lot of people go through all the same things, and it's an awesome problem to have. But yeah, it is a little bit different, but you just got to kind of maintain perspective, and I got a lot of really supportive people around me that helped me kind of make the right decisions, and at the end of the day it was a pretty easy one for me.
Has that rise just even surprised yourself, that interest in yourself?
Yeah, a little bit, probably, yeah. It's been the kind of last 12 months. I've obviously had a pretty good year last year, and obviously there's things that come off the back of that, but in here at the club, we're pretty good at keeping each other grounded, and the coaches do an amazing job, and I've got a family who keeps me very, very grounded as well. So whilst there's a fair bit of external stuff going on, it doesn't really change how I go about my business.
Just on the family, sorry, your mum, your sister as well involved. The contract includes something for your dad?
Yeah, hopefully. We're just trying to see if we can get him up in the kitchen. We've got Played It Forward at work here, a charity, so they do an excellent job, so I'm sure they'll be staying here, but maybe we can get a little collaboration with my old man in the kitchen. We'll get that put in the contract too.
Errol, we know obviously massive soccer fan, Liverpool. Do you take any inspiration from other clubs or other people? One club, people who they really buy into, there's something really special in the culture here?
Yeah, definitely. I think the obvious one's Steven Gerrard. Obviously, he kind of had big deals from Chelsea and things like that, but he stayed with Liverpool and obviously won the Champions League in 2005, I think it was. So yeah, look, like I do draw inspiration. I guess it's probably not quite to the same level as the pressure that Stevie G would have been under, but I definitely do look for inspiration from guys like that, and even Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he's from Liverpool, born and raised through the academy and stuff. So. I'd be pretty flat if any of them ever left, so I guess I kind of can't be a hypocrite.
And then tell me as well, like you mentioned, obviously your family here locally, you live locally, you grew up at school, Braden, your friends. How much of a role did that play that you can just go about your life, you can go for a swim? I'm assuming you're getting a bit more recognition as opposed to living in the footy bubble where you're getting stopped everywhere and there's that external pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of don't really know any different from up here, so it's kind of hard for me to judge and say, but obviously when we spend time in the kind of traditional footy states, you do get recognised a little bit more, and if I can kind of get away from that up here and just go about my business and hang out with my schoolmates, but also have footy here when I want it to be, it's definitely an advantage, I think, and I love where I'm at in Sydney.
I know you're very close with Horse, and he would have been across most of the negotiations. Did you get to tell him, or how was it the moment when pen was put to paper?
Yeah, it was good. I kind of had a really good chat with him last week, and over coffee, and then just spoke about how I was feeling with everything. And the deal actually got done on Saturday morning before the game. So when we were down to Adelaide, I walked on the bus and had a big smile on my face and just nodded my head at him, and he knew exactly what I meant, and he was pretty rapt too. So I think that kind of led to the start of a good day on Saturday.
Just a couple more guys that just started to head out.
Just on the field, an incredible season last season. You sort of went to another level, burst on the scene. How have you found your start this year, and has there been extra attention perhaps put into you that you've found to start the season?
I'm not too sure. I think you can't really compare two seasons. I think it would be silly to look back and try and repeat what I did last year. It's a new year with new opportunities, and I feel like I've probably started the season better this year than I did last year. But I think the thing I've got to kind of work through is just dealing with my own expectations and not kind of putting too much pressure on myself, and just going out there and doing what the team needs to. So obviously was really happy with the way I performed last year, but this is a new year, and I don't want to keep looking back and trying to compare how I've been going last year to this year. I think it's easy to fall into that trap, but I'm just looking forward to what this year's going to bring, and most importantly, the team started the season a lot better than last year, and we're really, really confident in what we can do when we play our best footy.
Errol, what was
Last one.
What was the reaction from your family specifically? Because obviously, huge part of you staying, I'm presuming it's just being around them.
Yeah, I think Mum and my sister were pretty happy that they knew they wouldn't have to look for a new job, which was good. But Yeah, no, they were just so happy for me. They, the biggest thing that my mum and family and girlfriend and friends, they just want me to be happy and enjoy where I'm at day to day. And they could probably see this bit of stress, kind of coming towards me with the deal and everything like that. So I think they were just so happy for me that I'm, really loving where I'm at and enjoying playing footy here. And they're stoked that we'll be here for at least another 4 years.